So we're going to discuss another person who happens to be prominent in every single headline when it comes to his respective sport. And that is the competition, the organization of the UFC. Conor McGregor has came out and said that the UFC roster complains too much. So let's get to McGregor's quotes before we try and dissemble.
This is in relation to if Alvarez's title fight matters.
Yeah, he said, no, Alvarez doesn't matter. He just has the belt. That's it. That's the only reason he's there. After, I'm going to be struggling to see who's next. Really, who the is next? Who is going out there and time again, back to back, putting it all on the line and continuing to show up. He goes forward. They all say I'm all talk. But I look at them and say they're all top because I'm here fighting every week. I haven't had to fight a guy 3 times the size of me and now I'm back again. All they do is complain, bitch and moan. You want this money, you want what I got, you have to put in the fucking work. And as far as I'm seeing, nobody's putting in the work. Everyone is talking, everyone is thinking just because Conor has it, I should have it. No, I didn't always have it. There's a reason why I have it. I had to work my fucking bollocks off to get it. And here I am, still working whilst they're talking.
Pause for quick definition break. What is the definition of bollocks?
It's just like, it's basically working my balls off.
It is? Because like the
Never
Mind the Bollocks is the Sex Pistols album.
Yeah, it can be used in different terms. Like, it doesn't mean any sort of body part. It just means bollocks is like,
it's got many different forms.
If you say that's bollocks, that means that's shite.
That's shite.
Like,
but if you say I've been working my
balls, I've been working
bollocks off.
I've been working my ass, working my balls off. It can be taken any which way you want it to mean. But it's.
I feel like I'm going to use it.
I feel like it's not a part of the anatomy. It's not a set of bollocks.
I'm going to use it wrong in the next week. I'm just going to say it, and you're going to be like, that doesn't.
There's a saying that I'm the dog's bollocks, meaning I'm the dog's balls. Yeah, that's.
Well, my dog doesn't have any balls.
It's unfortunate for him. All right, so we imagine, as much as you would think we'd have different opinions, I think we set this up as it was going to be a heated debate yesterday. We discussed, but I don't think it is a heated debate. My first take on it is he's right and he's wrong. He's right in that he talks a lot and he can seem as complaining, but the difference between what's kind of ironic is McGregor does complain. He complains about several things, but what he doesn't complain about is fighting, right? So he doesn't complain about the shots that he gets because he gets decent title shots and he gets the opportunity to do this. What he complains about is the way he's treated in the lead up to fight. So his infamous retirement, that was because he felt like he was being mistreated. He was complaining about how he had to go to all these press conferences. So and he's also a little ironic because he's complaining about them complaining. It's like the same people who complain about those that are complaining that it's too close to Christmas. Well, you're complaining about someone anyway. Just let them say whatever they want to say. So I'm with him because I think he's a little different because he does back up what he talks about. And many people think they're owed what McGregor's owed because for them, didn't work hard enough to get there. But I think he's different than them, is that he's a superstar. If you're not a superstar, then you don't happen to get the privileges that he gets.
Seven complainings in that.
You can't complain about complaining about complaining.
10 complaining. Yes, good points all around there. It's a little bit ironic because McGregor does complain. However, one of the things is he constantly answers the questions like they came from a video and a training session because there's media members at all his training sessions.
Yeah.
If McGregor goes to take a walk and get some water at the water cooler, in whatever situation this will be, there's going to be 5 media members there being like, do you want your cone filled with water? Would you like a cup, sir? Would you like a water bottle? And then they can ask him 500 questions about it, and McGregor obviously likes to talk. It's what has put him in, part of what had put him in this position in the first place. So the thing that I think he's right about is the UFC roster does complain.
Yes.
A lot. For example, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is fighting in the prelims for UFC 205, is still mad as the #1 ranked contender to fight. He didn't get it. However, truthfully, Khabib is not the most known fighter in MMA. I know. The fans who followed MMA since UFC 1, or at least the UFC since UFC 1, are going to say, like, that's not fair to, like, the rankings. And I'm one who says the same thing. The rankings shouldn't exist because the rankings don't necessarily matter. But in McGregor's case, it's not just him. Frankie Edgar never got his title shots because he would complain all the time about not getting them. And then he finally be put in a position to just win one fight, beat Jose Aldo. You'll get you'll get more title shots, money fights. Didn't happen. So there's a combination here. If you're going to talk and promote yourself and be an opportunist in this situation, and you can win, and you can put on a show, you're going to get better treatment. The thing I wanted to say about like the whole, the media putting out all these Conor McGregor headlines, as we do too, is it's what people want to see.
Yes.
Like, that's been the longest, I'd say the hardest thing about adjusting to McGregor is, and Rousey's a very similar topic as well, but it's what is helping build more attraction around the MMA. The one thing I do have to say, though, is I do believe when McGregor does stop fighting, the very hardcore McGregor fans won't watch the MMA anymore. I think they're in it for McGregor, and then that's it. I think there's a definitely a chunk, definitely a percentage that will stay and find a new fighter. They'll find somebody they want to see or like will latch onto, and he's opened the door to other people being like, wow, these other UFC cards are great too. I do think there's also a big chunk that just might disappear with McGregor after the age of 40 or whatever. If he fights for the next 10 years, that's even better. But if, I don't know, the MMA career span, the UFC career span is not that long.
Yeah, I think someone could. I mean, if there's another Irish fighter comes along, sure, some of the
that will
Irish
help. Yeah,
loyal
will
stay.
Mickey Gall might be able to pick up some steam because of McGregor.
What I think is an important point is that a lot of these fighters complain to feel like they're owed something, right? And it's echoed by hardcore UFC fans who have watched since day one, and they're like, no, it's completely deserved that Jose Aldo has to go ahead and get his fight back, despite the fact that he was knocked out. And by the way, that's an accurate. That's an accurate
since UFC
statement. It's an accurate statement. That's fine. Yeah, Jose Aldo could thoroughly deserve another shot at the title, but then Aldo will complain, and then, as you say, Khabib will complain that they're not getting these cards. But it's a business. If something is hot, then you take advantage of it. I don't know why I'm making this reference, but it's just so prominent because Halloween just happened. The amount of like comic book fanboys that were just so on their high horse, like, why is everyone just dressing up as Harley Quinn now because of Suicide Squad? Like,
so
as if that was theirs. As if they literally developed that comic book on their own, and it was only for them to do it. It's the same way as like McGregor's rise to fame doesn't mean that other people should be up there with him. If something's new, hot, and is growing the audience, why not take advantage of it? I just don't understand it. If it's helping the audience grow, which it clearly has, breaking records, taking it to new extremes all across the world, why not capitalize on it? It's not yours. The sport is not yours. Guy behind the camera who happens to be the #1 UFC fan from the very beginning. It's everyone's. The people that come in and watch it for McGregor are still just as much fans as someone that's watched it from the start.
Few notes. For one, it's actually a very, very good reference to the Harley Quinn line.
It keeps happening.
Big comic book fan, giant nerd over here. Anybody who's mad that there was a lot of Harley Quinns is insane.
Yeah.
Because Harley Quinn is a smoke.
Yes.
Smoke show. Love Harley Quinn.
I mean, especially if they're trying to be Margot Robbie. That's even better. She's a smoke show.
That's what I'm saying. Totally fine. We should. Shouldn't even need to have Halloween. We should have like March 10th.
We should have Harley Quinn Day.
Harley Quinn Day. So just have them all running around. And it's a good reference because it's like there's the people that hold on to this. Like, I was here first, therefore
you don't know anything.
Mine. Yeah. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Happens across all sports. That's just fans being fans, though.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we need those fans. We need them.
We love them.
The UFC needs them. NBA needs them. If anybody's watching baseball anymore, baseball needs them. We need those fans. So I think you made the good points about the pay-per-view records, of course, all that stuff.